All right, we live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. I'm gonna give it a minute to give people some time to get in.
Is my phone? Could you hear my phone in the background?
Uh.
Okay, I was just making sure.
All right. But even if it do take people a while to get in, we gonna start in a minute. But what'll happen is people can just it'll be on the playback because it'll be on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start. What's up, everybody? It's your boy JT. If I say I done it, I did it. This is the Hankin Hour on Save the Sexy Radio. Today I got my guest NaVeah Rose. She's an
NaVeah.
author and a creative writer. Nav, if you like to, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is NaVeah Rose. I'm a writer. First time producing my first TV series is going to be called Wrath of Lawanda. And I've been writing for over 13 years, but I just now started following my dreams on writing.
Okay, you have a book called Nine Sisters Cursed Since Birth. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's a true story about my life. Me and my eight sisters born in New York. The struggle of living, like living with a mother that was a single parent, and like living in New York is hard itself, but just to have nine kids and you a single parent, that was definitely a struggle. So as we grew up, we was like struggling and we was like striving together and was so strong.
Okay, so it's actually nine of you.
I didn't hear you.
I say so. It's actually nine of you.
Yes, nine of us. Yes. And so like as we start growing older and starting like to live life, we use like the seven deadly sins and it's kind of like separated us. And that gave me like, the courage to just write the book and, like talk about our life and talk about what led to all of these traumas and all of these like evil doings that we are doing as sisters, and hopefully we can get something together. So it's kind of like a message for struggling families that, separate themselves, and life is too short, so it's time to move on from the past and continue to seek better things in the future.
Right. So when did you finally realize you had a passion for writing?
Well, I always was like a poet or whatever. So, I was like a poet ever since I was like what 8 or 9 years old. So like I always loved writing, but what really got me to really wanting to write was like I had a hard life. So I did a little, street things, and I was like in a dark space one time, and I just like prayed to God, and I was like, like what should I do, like cuz I'm going down the wrong path. And like I prayed to him, and he gave me like, like a sign. He was like, what do you love to do? And that was something I love to do, but I never continued cuz the streets got to me, so I never continued my passion. And I just like felt like, okay, well, I'm gonna write this book. This is my first step. And that's what I did. I took my first step.
Right. Well, to kind of motivate any females, younger females or older females, would you mind like sharing some of your past experience to kind of motivate them, like where they can come from if they put their mind and heart to it?
Okay, well, I was living, like on my own ever since I was 12. I left my mother house. I can't say she put me out because my mother was a mother of God. She was a Christian and all of that. It's just that her kids, they went the wrong route. So I left home at 12, and I, became, like a drug dealer. And I mean, like I was into the streets or whatever. I did like a lot of bad things as like a street person would do. I mean, if you was in the streets, you should know. I'm not going to go into details about that, but I did that. And I mean, I was like really so deep in it that I forgot like the good Wanda, Lil Wanda, because that's my real name. I had to go under NaVeah Rose because I'm because it was a true story, and all of my sisters or all of my family members didn't sign the contract, so I had to go under that. But anyway, so like me just going from this bad girl and finding a way out without getting too deep into it, like jail or death or anything like that, because I was leading into that. That's what type of lifestyle I was living, that I could have been dead or in jail, but I wound up changing my life and going the right direction. So with a little help, you can
Right.
also change your life. You sometimes people, so it's hard for people to change it by themselves, and maybe they need somebody to uplift them and push them in that right direction. And I had a few people at that time during my downtime, during my dark side. I had people to help me, and I changed. And I feel like if I change, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people could change. But you have to read my book to really, really, you know, get the feel of me. You got to really read my book. You read my book, you can get more details of the real NaVeah Rose, which is AKA Lawanda. So,
Okay, well, tell people the name of the book and where they can get it at.
well, actually, I would love for everybody to get it off of me, because Arthur House is not the person that I really care about. But of course, if I want, to get it on record, then I have to go through them. But Arthur House, you can do it. You can buy it off Amazon, but you can also get it personally from me. And my website is NaVeahWrites.com. So you can check that out, or you can just email me, anything, inbox me, whatever. Like I'm all on social media.
Okay.
Instagram, Twitter, I'm not really like active in Twitter, but Instagram I'm getting out there. Facebook I'm more active on, but I'm trying to get active on all of my social medias.
Okay. Then. So when did you finally decide to take writing serious and go to school for it?
Well, I was a housewife for a minute, and I, like to keep myself occupied. My first 3 years in Germany, I wrote a book. So that was where my book came from. I was out there in Germany for 3 years. So I wrote my book, Nine Sisters Cursed Since Birth. That took the 3 years. So I already knew that my next step was going to turn it to screen. So I, like, instead of like just going in full force without getting any knowledge, I decided to go to school. And that's just what I did. So when I was in Hawaii, I utilized that time and I went to school.
Okay. And being a creative writer, what all do you do?
Well, I proofread. So like, I could proofread scripts, writing, any type of writing, I can proofread. I edit. But my main thing is poetry and writing script. I write scripts, so I love writing. I like to write nonfiction for sure, but I also like to write drama, horror, and comedy. So comedy is one of my things. I like to be funny a little bit, so I like to bring the humor out in my characters as well. So that's what I do.
Okay. Earlier you mentioned your series Wrath of Wanda. Can you explain it?
Well, okay, so it's basically like a twist of my book. So I'm actually taking my story, just my story specifically out my book, and making a twist of it and turning it into a series. So the first series is actually written, and it's actually I'm trying to start production around October so of this year. But it's about the first episode is about after she loses her father from a um gang related oh, I'm so sorry. After she loses her father, she avenges his death. So she's basically going to um take matters in her own hands. Basically, she, like, the cops is not doing enough, so she feel like they're not doing enough, so she have to take matters in her own hands. So she's turned from a good girl, and she's about to get on the streets and be this bad girl, until one day, I don't know how it's going to go, because I'm getting new writers. I'm trying to get a writer group to help me, like, actually create this whole series. So I'm working on series 2 by myself. It's called Gluttony. So it's going to also use all of the seven deadly sins. The first one is Wrath of Lawanda, and that's the title of the whole episode, but it's going to use each episode going to have the name of the seven deadly sins. So the second episode is all about gluttony. And for anybody that don't know what gluttony is indulging in a lot of drinking or alcohol, sex, or
Right.
whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so that's my second episode that's coming up. I'm doing that personally by myself, but hopefully I have a group by then. And we're going to go on this little journey with Shoe of Lawanda, but it's going to take little stories out my book, and we're going to just, do a nice little twist to it.
Okay. If you can, tell the people where you're from and what you're looking for, because I've seen on Facebook you're looking for makeup artists, you're looking for production crew. So tell everybody like where you're located and what all professions you're looking for.
Okay, well, I'm located right now out of Greensboro, North Carolina. I have like mainly all of my main characters. I'm still looking for like a few gang members, a few extras, security guards. Them is the type of people that really is not going to have any lines, but they may have a one liner or something like that. My main my biggest goal right now is really finding the production crew. So I need the cinematographer, the editor, the lighting people, the sound people. So hopefully I could find a cinematographer that have a crew. But if he don't, then I have to go separately with that. So that's where I'm at on that part.
Right. So the acting positions, are the acting positions paid?
Excuse me.
Are the acting roles, are they paid roles?
Well, the main characters was the ones that is like the extras or don't really have the main roles. No, they will not be getting paid, but they will get their credits, and they also will be I will be supplying the food and beverages.
Okay, I just asked that for the people that's listening, because the first thing I want to know if they're getting paid and stuff like that. But I've noticed right now it's a lot of independent films, a lot of series being made. So by you being an author, where do you think the book genre is going? Do you think it's like going about to switch over to movies and series and stuff like that?
You talk about in like in my experience.
I'm,
Could you repeat that? Because I'm kind of like confused at what you're trying to ask.
okay, like I'm an author myself, and books. It seems like people are not really reading no more or as much. So do you think the books are about to start transitioning over to movies and short series?
Yes, most definitely. Because like I was going to do like a book too, but I'm going to wait for it, like, and the next time I do it I'm going to come with audio, because a lot of people ask me, do you do audio? And I mean, they was like, because I don't read, but I be in the car and I travel, or I work a lot, and I could listen to it. And that was a good idea. So if I do actually do a book, I will actually have it in audio, because I do not have it in audio. But I actually really do think that people is going to veer towards TV series and short films, but that also will make people want to read the book after they watch the series or something.
Right.
So I don't know. You can go 50-50 to me, I honestly, because it's a lot of people out here that do read. It's just a lot of people, like, in this new millennium, they not reading. So it's like, but it's a lot of people that do read, because I sell a lot of my books personally, like in person. That's where most of my sales come from, is me meeting people and talking to people and explaining to people like what my book is about or what am I about, and we get a feel of each other, and then that's how people start knowing the real me, and that's I make a lot of sales like that, and they read it, they give me reviews. It's just that some people don't some people that support you that don't read, they buy it and they don't give you a review because they never read it. So there's a lot of people that I done sold to that have not gave me a review. But I always tell people, if you buy my book out of support, at least pass it on to somebody that know how to read. I'm sorry, I mean know how to read, but read,
Right.
because somebody could have that mess, what I'm saying, receive that message. Just because you don't read, you got the book, hand it on to somebody. Like, it could be a gift, it could be a present or something to somebody. You never know.
Right. That's the same way I sell a lot of my books personally, hand to hand. So is it a target date or release date you're looking for to have your series out?
Well, I can't really say. I'm not going to say none of that. I just know that I'm looking to shoot my movie. I'm in my TV series this year, so I don't know when it's going to come out because I just want to make sure everything is out. I don't want to give no date and then everybody be, looking for that date.
Right.
But all I know is that I'm gonna start shooting this year. Yes, I'm going to shoot this year. When it's coming out, I can't really say, but next year I'm looking there towards next year.
And what platforms was it going to be released on?
Well, it's a whole lot of new platforms that's coming out here, but I'm looking more for like Prime and Netflix, somewhere around in that area. Any kind of platform that's going to help me, take it to the next level. So, I'm not going to just sign my contract with just one person. I want an open contract where I can get on many platforms. I don't just
Right.
want one. So, that's just me. That's like, but I am looking to get on, the next thing popping, basically, So I
Right.
say all platforms to me. So
Well, the reason I invited you on the show is because, like I said, this is called the Hanking Hour. And for the people who don't know, the word hanking means when you can supply the demand and consistently turn a profit, which is another word for hustling. And that's how, I kind of got abreast of you far as I seen your hustle on Facebook far as what you was trying to do, trying to reach out, sharing your posts and stuff like that. And it reminded me so much of myself. I think I might have referred a couple people to you that are in the film because I just graduated with a bachelor's degree myself in digital cinematography, but I'm in Ohio, so I hope you find the crew and stuff you're looking for, but it'll come around. I think you got a positive story, and do you work with any youth? Do you work with younger females?
I'd to actually, that's going to be my next thing, my nonprofit. I want to work with troubled teens because I was a troubled teen. So I like right now, and I talk to other people because I got a daughter that's 22. So like I talk to her people, and I talk to anybody that I can because I love to encourage people. I love to motivate people. I am a leader, but I also could follow as well. When need to be. But I do love to. I would love to actually get a young group and actually mentor them and, guide them and help them and show them what, like a woman's supposed to really be like, because I never had that. Like my mother was too busy raising so many kids that she didn't have a chance to, show me how to be a woman. So I had to learn all of that on my own. And I'm doing that now and I'm teaching, like I love to teach. So I teach people if I see something wrong, I say it. I won't say it in a bad way. I'm learning how to not be so blunt, but I am very blunt. And people say, like I'm too blunt, but I'll be trying to help people out. And sometimes maybe my bluntness may help somebody out. I don't know.
Right. And again, can you tell the people where they can reach you at and how to purchase your book again?
Well, actually, like I said, NaVeahRights.com, that's my website. And also you can inbox me on Facebook. I'm always on Facebook dancing away because I love to dance. And so you can inbox me and I will set everything up, send your order. I take Cash App, you know. You could do like I said, Author House, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles even have it. So like you could just it's a couple of platforms. You type in Non Sisters Curse Since Birth by NaVeah Rose, you definitely will see it. So I'm looking forward to the support. I need the support, and if there's anybody out there that's looking to help an upcoming director, writer, like that's me, Nevaeh Rose. Please hit me up because I am looking for that. I love to grind and I love to help other people get where they gotta go, so we can work together and we could get this going.
Okay, this will be up on the Saved and Sexy YouTube channel. So it kind of probably help if you share it. I'm gonna share it. It's also streaming on Facebook and Twitch right now. What are your next goals as a writer?
My next goal is actually I'm working with this group out in Atlanta. It's like online. She was called Women's Folks, and we actually she was like 7 to 8 of us, and we actually is putting together a movie. So I'm not going to put like what we're talking about right now, but that's my next project, is working with others, because like I really want to get in the industry, meet other people, network, and like I like to work with other writers and stuff like that, because we all have a different writing style, so we could bring a lot to the table. So I'm all about women empowerment. Like, I love to support women. I love to support black owned businesses, period. But
Right.
like, I'm really strong on the women thing, because I went through a lot as a female, so as a female, period. And I just feel like, like, we strong individuals, and we need to get what I'm saying? I did think everybody need to give us our respect, and we don't get that much respect as we supposed to.
Right. Okay. Before we wrap it up, you said you was a poet. You have a short poem you can say.
Oh my God, no. You caught me off guard on that one, because no, I mean, I do have a whole lot of poetry, but I mean, you caught me off guard, and I'm sitting in the car, and like right now, like I got so many like um other things going on in my head. I can't say that I memorize my poetry, because poetry is something that I really like put to the side. I write poetry when I'm feeling a certain type of way, and I got all of this going on in my mind, and I'm just writing. But as of now, I have not had the chance to really write poetry, but I have so
Right.
much poetry, so I'm sorry I cannot give you that, but I will post you one day. That's what I can do.
Okay, everybody. This is the Hankin Hour on Safe and Sexy Radio, powered by the RIB Network. Like I was saying, this will be on YouTube. So if you could like copy the link and share it. Help spread the word about what you're trying to do in your writing. So I'm quite sure some people out there that's interested or can assist in some type of way, or you can assist them. And I appreciate you for coming on. And I'm gonna keep following you.
All right, and thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed it. You caught me off guard on some of the questions, but I think I handled it the best way. But everybody, so whoever listening, thank you for listening. And I'm NaVeah Rose, creative mind, creative me. Check me out.
Okay, thank you.
You welcome.
Okay, bye bye. All righty.